talk about breasts.
Let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about all the good things
and all the bad things. All right, welcome to our last episode of BoobTube for 2023, episode 35. I'm your best friend, Jaleesa.
I'm Chantel.
And we are here with some more breast greatness. Okay, so we are in the heart of the holiday season at this point. So that with that comes so many gatherings and parties where breasts are breasts. So before we get geared up for those parties, we're going to take BoobTube on the move for the last time this year. Do you like to show cleavage or are you more modest?
I'm very much a cleavage girl.
Okay. Hi, girl Kelsey. And describe your ideal outfit for a holiday party, like a work holiday party.
A work holiday party. I'm definitely gonna wear maybe like not too low cut of a shirt, but like maybe like something showing just some.
Do you think it's appropriate to show any cleavage at a work holiday party?
I think it is.
Okay.
It's fun, and I think the lady likes to feel attractive.
Maybe just not excessive, I guess.
Not excessive, yeah. I mean, you don't want to.
Do you feel limited to what you can wear to holiday parties due to not having the proper solution for breast support?
Sometimes depending on what I want to wear, but if it's a holiday party, it's not going to be too risque, so a half bra will usually do it.
Okay, I got you. And are you one to show cleavage or are you a little more modest?
I'm going to show a little cleavage.
Okay, yeah. Let show them a little something.
Yeah, just giving the people something.
All right. Do you think it's appropriate to show any cleavage at a work holiday party?
No, I don't.
Any further explanation about that? Just not?
No, I think because if my wife is going with me, she's not there to show off what she's got. She's there to support me at the birthday party.
Okay. The holiday party.
At the holiday party. At the holiday party. It's supposed to be my holiday, not somebody else's.
I get that. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
So, nothing crazy.
Different perspectives, kind of, sort of, for the male and female. Females, want to show themselves and show the cleavage. One man wanted to leave it to the imagination still, but I think that's just wanting him not to show his goods to everybody else.
But they want you to be a little arm candy at the same time.
Yeah.
But
show up in a turtleneck.
Yeah, it's like I think one of the guys he even said after, like, look, but don't touch.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't touch. So that makes sense. I think about like those professional office parties and stuff. Maybe it's a little more black tie.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure cleavage is all over that.
Yeah, because people go to those parties cutting up.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure they give them a little something, but maybe keep it classy.
Yeah. But I just think there's a way to look classy and still kind of show a little bit something.
Not with all the assy. It works.
Yeah. And it's interesting. The men are going to have their different perspectives for what they want. So it depends on the type of man, of course, as well as the woman, what she's going to prefer, what she feels comfortable in. So
right.
That's what's important. What are you wearing to holiday parties?
Well, if it's like office type, if it was something like that, I'm more than likely going to wear a dress. And I don't really show cleavage. My breasts speak for themselves.
Hello.
In everything that I wear. So I don't wear things that show blatant cleavage much at all.
Yeah.
And if I do, it's probably not really meant to show cleavage. It's just that my breasts are bringing cleavage.
I get that.
So I have few things that are meant to show cleavage.
I would say it's the same dress. I don't really put myself out there to show my cleavage, but there are some low cut dresses. Some of them I have pins. Some of them I just let it be, depending on where we're going. Like if I'm going out on a date with just my husband and I, he don't care. I'll show cleavage, like. But if I'm presenting myself in front of important people, like at the office or something like that, I'm not gonna show cleavage. Then I think about I don't want them looking at me in that way after the office party.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's just me. Y'all do what y'all do.
Because eye rape is real.
Oh, okay.
In the workplace?
But, I mean, I believe it. I just hadn't heard that term.
You never heard of eye rape?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. You ever see somebody like
No, I get what it is.
undress you with their eyes? I done seen somebody walk in the room and start from my feet up to my eyes. I was like, okay, hello.
Yeah, that would make me feel uncomfortable. And then if you have to work with that person and see that, no, I'm not giving you any.
This was the boss. I was like,
you ain't getting nothing.
But I think at that point, I mean, maybe it's sad to say, but to me, it's just the reality. Like in the workplace, men are gonna be men. They say all sorts of things. It's just another day. Not saying it's just acceptable or something, but as far as being a woman in the workplace and working with men, yeah, they get beside themselves a lot of times, and they're inappropriate. It's like, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead and walk away.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember one time going to like a office thing like that, and I had on a dress, very womanly. It's from New York and Company. It's just no, I don't know what you call it, not off the shoulder, but you know when the top goes like this. There was no cleavage. Black dress, just a regular black dress, and men were reacting. It wasn't a bodycon dress. It was a New York and Company dress. So I was like, okay. But I would dress up at work. Whatever it was, it stood out to them that day. I even had a man that would never speak to me until after that day. I was like, okay. I can show you the dress. It's not anything crazy.
No, I believe you. I think people, and then you say you dress up at work, but I think that was probably like business casual kind of dress up.
I guess.
And then there's this different after hours kind of dress up that kind of piqued their interest.
Like it was out of line. Somebody was like, "Oh, where your boyfriend at?" I'm like, wait, what? Somebody looking back, like.
Do you think like it has something to do with y'all being outside of the workplace that kind of takes them out of their element too, to kind of look at you and say certain things a certain way?
I don't know. I mean, I do have bummy days, but I also did dress up. You know, it just depends on the day for me.
Yeah.
Because I could dress down and I could dress up. Sometimes I dress up. Maybe that's just what I want to wear, or maybe I need to pick me up to go to work, so I just make myself look nice. That I don't know. Whatever it was, I would have to ask a man because I'm like, what stood out about this today? Because I wear dresses. I wear heels.
You didn't have the shoulders.
Maybe, but it wasn't like there was no boob crack. I'm saying it was covered.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get inside a man's head. We would have to ask the man.
Because they were out of line with that one. That's like, my God. I just stepped out the house. That's it.
You had on heels?
Oh yeah, I'm a heels lady.
You used to wear heels to work too?
I do. I would, but I mean, I guess most days they were flats. If it's fall or winter, I like boots a lot, so I would probably wear boots a lot, and my boots have heels. But yeah, I don't know. Just did something to them boys that day. I mean, I can't blame you. You know, I'm sexual hot chocolate over here, so you know what I'm saying. But yeah.
Something to them holiday parties gonna get them a little riled up. Yeah. But it's interesting that you weren't even showing cleavage, and that's what they brought that attention. So imagine you left it up to their imagination. But
Indeed. But they must have been really imagining that day because they were on some other stuff.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be more modest, right, than cleavage?
Yes.
Do you think it's anything crazy to wear it at a party? I mean, to have your cleavage out at a holiday party?
Depends on how much cleavage. Like, I don't see the point of wearing those dresses that just come, cover up the breast like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't see that appropriate at a holiday party. A little cleavage, especially if you naturally have it because your breasts might be pushed up, and sometimes that you might not find a fitting dress or top. But I wouldn't say a lot of cleavage.
Right. And also, you talk about being appropriate. I was just thinking about wearing the appropriate bra
Yes.
with your stuff so that you're not ruining those holiday outfits.
Yeah, that's important.
So at the holiday party, I have a different eye for breasts. So I just hate when I see someone dressed up or whatever and it just killed the outfit because their breasts aren't properly supported. And then it's like, man, fix it, Jesus, or fix it, Jaleesa. So yes, that's something that I pay attention to also. So make sure you're doing that.
Yeah. And on the same lines of making sure you're in the right bra to make sure your outfit looks good, we do have a guest to help us provide some tips on how to make that look presentable and eye catching, but making sure you can dress, especially for the big bust women out there. So how to style bust for these holiday parties. We'll hear that from Lisa Jae coming up.
Joining us to provide some insight into how we should be dressing and looking this holiday season, we have stylist and designer Lisa Jae with the Stylish Agency. Thank you for joining us, Lisa.
Hi, I'm excited to be here.
All right, glad to have you as we talk about this important yet amazing topic. Not for me, because I'm really not into fashion, but it's great for those out there. All right, so first, tell us, how did you get into becoming a stylist and designer?
Well, I started as a stylist in retail. So I worked in retail for over 20 years, and just part of the role is just helping customers discover who they are on the sales floor or in their garments. So I just began to learn more and more about body shapes and personalities and putting clothes on those different types through that experience. And then from there, I just grew on to being a designer just because I knew that there are some things that did not exist for certain people. And I started to make those clothes.
So we're in the holiday season and we're talking about, holiday parties. They happen especially at the office, you have a lot of those. And what are your thoughts on cleavage at those types of holiday parties? Or even those outside of office parties, but just any sort of holiday parties?
Well, of course, definitely cleavage. I'm okay. So I'm a busty girl. So I'm above busty is what I would say. I'm a 38G. And so sometimes I can't get away from cleavage. Now there can be a little bit much when it comes to cleavage, but subtle cleavage, I think it's fine, especially when you're wearing a garment that covers you in other areas. Then a little bit of cleavage is okay. Especially during the holiday, that's the time to kind of put on something fun if you're going to a holiday party and throw on some things that got some texture. I think it's great. Now, if you're going into a court setting or certain office situations, I would definitely say no.
Yeah.
Can you define subtle cleavage and a lot of cleavage?
Yes. So subtle cleavage would be probably almost like a little peekaboo where it's just showing the top portion of your cleavage. Too much cleavage would be like a V-neck that's going to give you a portion of the breast plus cleavage. So yeah.
Right. Okay. And how would you say women are able to be tactful and tasteful when it comes to breasts as they show up at these holiday gatherings?
I would probably just say knowing your body type. Like, as long as you know your body type and what looks good on you, and dressing for that, not really dressing based off of the size you wish you were or what somebody else thinks is attractive, but really knowing who you are. Like, I am a 5'4" curvy woman, busty, hippie. I'm dressing according to that. And then just complimenting your body with the clothes that you wear. So if you have long legs, accentuate your long legs, show them off. If you have bigger breasts, then sometimes the outfits that you wear, cleavage takes away from the look. So wearing something with more of a high neck would be more tasteful with some garments. It's not really anything that I can just say, generally speaking. It's more about just knowing who you are, taking time to figure out your complexion, your body type, and what looks best on you.
I'm visually seeing all of this and how it can play out if I were a fashionista. So I'll keep those tips in mind. All right. How can you promote cleavage for small breast women if they desire it?
How can you promote cleavage for small breast women? Well, I mean, cleavage is really about your taste. So if you're confident in your body type, so even if you're an A cup and there's an outfit that shows a little bit of cleavage, go for it. Go for it. Put it on. Wear what makes you feel amazing. It's less about just the outfit. It's more about what's right for you and how you feel. If there's something that is out of your box and you've never done that before, there's nothing wrong with trying it. There's nothing wrong with trying a different cup, trying a different color, trying different texture, going new places, wearing new things. And if for anything else, just to see how you feel at the end of the day or at the end of the night, you might discover, okay, this is not for me. It got too much attention, or it got the right amount of attention. Sometimes clothes can bring unwanted attention, and sometimes it could bring can spark a conversation like, oh my gosh, I love that print. So I would say the best way to promote women with smaller breast size would just being confident with who you are, whether you're busty or not so busty.
I feel like I could think of some celebrities, maybe on red carpet events where they had really deep V-necks. And even if they're not busty or whatever, it's just still like there. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of considered cleavage. Well, no, it should be considered cleavage, even though there's not much bosom there.
Yeah, I think cow necks are good little peekaboos because they don't show a lot. And cow necks are the garments that up top it sags with a little bit of material versus like a V-neck. A V-neck is like bold, it's going right for it. So I think a cow neck is really subtle and elegant.
I can see that appropriate I mean, both can be, but I can see that, especially if you want to ease into it.
Yeah.
That'd be a good way to go. Good.
So, how would you style a busty woman who would have a hard time not showing cleavage?
Ooh, a busty woman who has a hard time not showing cleavage.
Yeah, let's say Dolly Parton.
Okay. Well, yeah, Dolly Parton, she's all about the cleavage. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't. Okay, so my motto when I'm styling customers is number one, figuring out who they are, right? Like, who are you, your personality type? If you're a bold personality type, and then what do you do? Like, what's realistic for you? If you're, doing errands all day, run to the grocery store, there are some things that's not realistic for you. If you are super quiet, there are certain garments that's just not going to be realistic for you. For Dolly Parton, I mean, that's her personality. And so if I'm styling her, I'm not going to deter her from what makes her feel good because that will be going against what I stand for as a stylist. I feel like she would definitely still be confident, but she would most likely be like, yeah, let's bring in some other options as far as what she's wearing. Some things I would say that I think turtlenecks, honestly, just because she is larger bust, it wouldn't look horrible on her. It would look amazing if she had some cute turtlenecks to go with some jeans. I think that would look amazing on her also.
I feel like turtlenecks make the breast look a little bigger sometimes, or is that just me?
No, it does.
Oh,
Especially
okay.
if you have on the right bra.
Yeah.
I wonder why that's the case.
It's most likely an illusion just because the actual turtleneck is more fabric up here. And so your attention is gone here and nowhere else except for to your chest.
Okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I never thought about it, but I know it.
Yeah.
I have observed that.
I have too. And when I think about women who are pretty busty wearing turtlenecks, that does stand out more.
Yeah, and most of the time it's a woven, and the wovens go from top to bottom instead of from side to side, and that contributes also.
Okay, speaking of that, with thinking about patterns, should it be like a solid turtleneck? I don't even remember seeing any patterns with turtlenecks as I'm thinking about this. But are there any patterns women should steer away from if they're pretty busty?
Okay, I have a personal. I'm not a fan of florals
On busty women?
On busty women. And let me define florals. Large florals. So like when it's a flower and it's like a this size flower versus like a this size flower, because depending on where that pattern falls on your body, it's going to look different. It's going to accentuate some things. Even when there's like when you wear florals or like frou-frou material, like fluffy materials around your chest, it makes it bigger. So if you have a flower here, it's going to bring so much attention to your chest area. Or even if you have like, the button ups and it has like a lot of fabric right down the center, that brings a lot of attention to your breast and actually makes it look a lot bigger.
See that.
And some cheetah print does that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back to certain things I've had. Nothing standing out though.
I stay away from pretty much prints. I'll do stripes, but nothing. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see, but I think that's important to take note of what prints might work and might not work.
Yeah. Some can work for you, for your style, but I've always consistently seen that flowers, anything that's right around that neck that moves and bounces is definitely going to bring attention to you.
So does it look bad? Or it brings attention?
Well, it to me, it looks bad. Just because there's too much, like the distance between like your chin and your breast. If you have like a longer neck, right? Like some of these models, they have really long necks and they're curvy. They're curvy girls. And so you look at them and you're like, oh my gosh, if she can wear that, I can. But they have longer necks. And so there's more space between their neck and their bust. So it elongates them. It looks great. But some of us, like I'm 5'4", if I were to put on that, there's not that much distance. And so it's like a lot of material right in this one area.
Got it. Okay. Ooh, so much to think about when you're dressing yourself.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
So, do you have any key tips or rules of thumb that you follow specifically when styling during this season? Or any
during the holiday? Styling during the holiday season?
Yes.
Well, I think that, during the holiday season, a lot of people like to wear red. And then a lot of people like to wear, just the holiday colors, green, red. I try to stay away from anything that actually reminds you of a tree, of Santa Claus. And then just to bring like a new definition of holiday, right? Like instead of going for something red, or something green, how about just wearing something all black, really sleek, all black with, like a nude shoe or maybe a red shoe. So I just try to steer away from anything that's like cliche holiday, right? Like all the little decor on your head. And sometimes that's fun because, sometimes they have holiday parties and it's cute, it's fun. But just to be a little bit more daring during the holiday, how can we say holiday without it being those colors? So, but yeah.
Okay.
What about sequins?
I love sequins. I typically dress people for a stage. So I love the drama. I love drama.
That's what you mean by daring. Be daring during that
Yes.
time.
Being daring, bringing the shimmer, bringing the sequins, bringing the jazzy hats, like big Beyonce type hats. Absolutely. Funky shoes, all of it.
Okay. Sound like you would throw a nice party. You
Mhm.
have a theme to it. All right. This has been great, and we always like to end on words of positivity. And you mentioned, a lot of that, like being comfortable in who you are. Would you like to add anything else about words of encouragement to those out there, to our listeners?
Yeah, I think I think we as humans, we overthink when it comes to ourselves, right? Like we start to define ourselves as, how we look, like our body shapes and all of that. And I think if we just start to think of ourselves as our experiences and what we're doing, like our lifelong journey, what the things that you want to be known for or experience. So when you're going out to these things and when you're dressing yourself, you dress yourself because of, you want to inspire someone or you want to be the person that changes the room. When you walk in the room, you're just this happy person. So like thinking less about, oh, I'm a bussy woman, but I'm a dynamic, big, full figured woman when I walk into the room and everybody wants to talk to me. What does she look like? How does she talk? What does she wear? So I think thinking less about, the rules behind getting dressed and more of who you are, like your element. When somebody talks about you, you're that girl who what? You're the woman who what? Instead of being the woman with the big breasts or the small breasts, or you know what I mean. So
Awesome.
I like that, what you said, for sure. Would you say that, oh wait, scratch that. I don't know what I was saying just now. I wanted to say, how can people find you and, get your services?
yeah, so I am located at Fifth and Fab downtown. Our address is 427 South Boston. We're in Suite 101. You can also just reach out on social media. So my Instagram is the Lisa Jae, TheLisaJae. Or just come into the shop and we can talk and do a consultation.
This is in Tulsa, Oklahoma, y'all.
Yes, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Worldwide, but starting at Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yes. All right. Well, this has been great. You've inspired me to try some things. I started saying I'm not into fashion, but I am going to dare. I'm going to challenge myself to try some bold things this holiday
Yeah.
season.
Yes, I'm excited to hear it. And you know what? We like Chantel has an amazing body. I think the last time I told her, I was like, okay, nice. But yes, dare, please dare. And send me a picture the day you decide to dare.
You might be in the store that day. That might be it.
That's fine.
All
It's
right.
been great.
Do you have anything else you want to share with our viewers?
No, thank you guys so much for having me on. I appreciate you guys allowing me to come on and sharing my little tidbits about fashion and boobs inside of clothes.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we hope this information was helpful and that you will use it to enhance your holiday parties, make them better. We also hope that you enjoyed those holiday parties. We have enjoyed bringing you episodes this year. So come back next year as we bring more conversations about breasts, where breasts are breasts. Also, make sure to check out our link to shop our merch and show up on my Patreon. We would love to see you there as well. Until next year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.